Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be going over the online store sales channel and how to make specific changes to your online store. So the online store sales channel controls all the top level settings specific to the design of the front end of the store. So we'll go over each one of these tabs, but essentially from the admin section, you're going to click on the online store sales channel tab over here. So if you don't see the online store sales tab, you can click on sales channels over here and you should see it over here at the top. And if you want to keep it over here, there should be a little pin icon that you can click here. In this case, we already have it pinned, so there's no reason for us to do that. So there are a few tabs when you click on your online store. You have themes, blog posts, pages, navigation, and preferences. So your themes tab is the entire front end design of your website. So this is all the visuals, all the templates, everything that makes up the front end design of your online store. So your store can have multiple themes added to the store, but only one theme can be active at a time. So up here, from the top down, here are the stats for your currently running theme. And you can see that over here where it says current theme. And you can see some specs about your theme. This is over the last 7 days. How many people saw your theme, specifically on desktop, mobile, and tablet, and your speed score. Now, you can create backups of your theme, which would be a backup of the design of your website, which we always encourage before making any big changes to the design of your website. So if you want to back up your theme, you can click these 3 dots over here, and you have a couple options over here. You can either view the front end of your store again by clicking View. You can give the theme a particular name. You can create a copy of your theme. You can download the theme file. You can edit the code of your theme, or you can edit default theme content. In this case, if you want to download a copy of your theme, you would click Download Theme File, and then Shopify will send you an email with a link where you can download that theme file. Now, when you have that saved to your computer, you can always re-upload and restore that theme by clicking Add Theme over here and uploading the zip file that you downloaded. Once you upload that theme file, it's going to appear here in your theme library, which are other designs and other versions that are not active of your online store. So these may be older versions of the design, other templates or themes that you may have used, and you can always publish those backups or those older versions by clicking Publish. If you want to just create a copy of the theme without downloading it to your computer, you can just create Duplicate, and it will add a copy of this active theme down here into the theme library. The theme library is organized by date of when it was added, so they will be in order. And if you want to delete a theme from your theme library, you can just click these 3 dots and click Remove. So the other option with the themes is Customize. And this is how you would customize the design of the front end of your store. So I always recommend that for casual users to proceed with caution, because if you custom created your store, if you're new to updating your Shopify store, it's very easy for things to get messed up and broken. So it's always good to have a backup before you make any significant changes. So when you come into the editor, Shopify makes it very easy to drag and drop and make changes to the design. So every theme is going to be different depending on your store. Every theme has a different set of options, and you can control those options over here on the left. So you have 3 sets of options. You have the first set of options, which is specific to the page that you're on. You have theme options, which control the theme as a whole. And you have specific app options over here on the left. So to change a particular section or a particular element of a home page, Shopify makes it easy where you can just quickly click on a section and it will take you to that section over here on the left. So these are the different sections of the home page, and you can click on any section or any elements within a section. So over here we have a section, and this section has 2 images in it, and here are the 2 images indented underneath. So if we want to adjust a particular image, we can click on any one of these, or if we want to adjust the section as a whole, we can click on the top level. So it's when you click on a section, the options to change that section are going to appear over here on the right. So for this element that we chose, we can change the image, we can change the text that's included in that section, we can change what it links to, and we can change the name of the button. Now every item that you select is going to have different options and different things that you can choose, but the way that you change them is always the same. You click on the section, and over here on the right will be the options to change that section. Or you can click on the section in the middle, Shopify will highlight it, and it will automatically be selected on the left with the options appearing on the right. You can also hide any sections on the Shopify store that are not in use by just quickly clicking on this little eye icon over here. And you can very quickly disable or enable a section. If you choose this eye icon, this section is not deleted, it's just hidden, and you can unhide it by clicking it. And you can also click and hold these 6 little dot icons over here and drag and drop a section wherever you like on a page. If you want to add a new section, you can click Add a Block. Either you can choose to add a section, and these are the sections, the pre-made sections that are available using this theme. And once a section is added, you can add elements within that section by clicking Add Block underneath these sections. So clicking into the theme settings, depending on which theme you have, each theme is going to have different options, and you may be able to enable certain theme settings by clicking these drop downs. So in this case, this theme lets you make a ton of different options. So you have social media options, options specific to colors. You can choose options that are specific to all the product pages, all the category pages, just general options. And there are tons of ways to customize the store. But the easiest way to make image changes, click on your section and change those options or change those specifics over here on the right. If you want to navigate to another inner page, because these changes are specific to the home page, let's say you want to change to a category page, you can do that in one of 2 ways. Either you could do it the way you would normally do it on the front end of your store. So if, let's say, I clicked into the menu and I clicked the category page, now the options over here change specific to the category page. You can also navigate to a different page by clicking this drop down up here and choosing a specific page. So let's say I want to go to a product page. So normally you would be going to the default product page. These are all the different product templates that are available on your store, and you'll see that all my products are using the default product template. It says assigned to 100 products. So this is my default product page. This is what I would want to adjust. And then here are the options for my product page. So I can enable and disable different sections that make up the product page. I can rearrange certain sections of the product page. I can add new elements, add new sections, and make those changes over here. So you want to make sure that whenever you're making changes, that you save your changes over here. And you can also see the changes on different devices by clicking this icon over here in the top right. This is the desktop version. If I want to see the mobile version, I can click mobile and see how my changes adjust for mobile. And if I want to see the full screen, I can click full screen and it gets rid of the left sidebar over here. If I made a mistake and wanted to change something back, you can also select this undo icon or this redo icon. If you wanted to make changes specific to the code of the website, you can click these three dots over here and click edit code, or you can go back to the theme page and click these three dots and click edit code. One other trick with your Shopify store, which is also really helpful, is let's say you were making an update to your Shopify store and you were making adjustments, but you don't want those adjustments being available until you're ready to make them available. You can add a backup of your theme to your theme library, and you can make customizations that only you can see, just like you would on the live site. So just like you were making changes before, you can make customizations over here in a draft theme, and you can publish them whenever you're ready for those changes to go into effect. So that's a way to utilize the theme section and the theme library if you're making changes to your store. So the other sections that make up the online store are your blog posts, which is pretty self-explanatory. If you have a blog section of your store, you can create a blog post. Over here, you would add a title, the content of your blog post. You can add an excerpt, which sometimes if you have a blog page, it only shows a few lines before it shows you the full blog. And if you add an excerpt, you can specify what that is. You can choose whether the blog is visible or hidden, or if you want to set a post date for the blog. You can add a featured image for the blog. And the featured image is usually shared when you share the blog off your website in other areas, or in the blog page where it shows the different blogs, it usually includes a featured image. You can show who posted the blog. If your blog is broken up into multiple different categories, you can assign a category here. You can tag the blog, and you can choose which template is being used to display the blog. The other pages also follow the same type of layout. So if you were to go to your pages section, the pages that make up your store, very similar. You would click add a page, or you can click on an existing page, and you have the title, the content of the page, its visibility, and the template it uses. For any of the pages, any of the blogs, or the products, you can always change the page's information by clicking Edit Website SEO. And if you wanted to change the URL of the page, you can change that down here. So the prefix can't be changed, but the end handle and the URL is what you're putting to get to the page in your browser. You can adjust that over here. So in this case, we're going to kind of leave it as is, but here is where you would adjust your pages, edit your pages. Your navigations tab is where you would set up either your store redirects or your menus. So your main menu, you may have multiple menus on your Shopify store. So in this case, we have a menu over here at the top, and we have a menu over here at the bottom. So you can create menus over here, give them names. You have the title and the items that are included in the menu. You can create a new menu by clicking Add Menu and give it a title. And you can add menu items over here. So if you're adding something to the menu, you can click on the menu link, and it will give you all these different things that you can link out to on your Shopify store. If you want to link to a particular product, a particular category, a particular page. So let's say we wanted to add let's say we add a category. So we want to link out to 10K gold. Now this is here in the menu navigation. You can also change the title. Even if this category is called 10K gold, if you wanted to change how this appears in the menu, you can click edit and still change the name even though the link stays the same. And if you wanted to create drop-down menus, you can add something else to the menu and take these 6 dots and indent them. So notice that the blue line that I'm dragging goes indented. And now that is nestled underneath 10K gold. So now that's a drop down. And you can create different levels of drop downs for your navigation. So now we have 3 levels of drop downs. You can always pull it out and give it its own tree depending on how you want to control it. So when you have your menu set up, you would click Save, and then you can implement that throughout your online store. So for your redirects, you can click View URL Redirects up here in the top right. And these are all the redirects from your online store. Pretty simple, where it's redirecting from and where it's redirecting to. So you can change that over here. So when you're adding redirects on your Shopify store, you don't actually have to add the name of the store itself. You only have to add what comes after it. So in this case, let's say we wanted to redirect this page. So it's /collection/bracelets. We would only need to add this part of the page. So if you want to delete a redirect, you can click delete over here, but these redirects are in place. And the last tab of the online store section is the store preferences. So over here, you can define the store's meta title and meta description. So this is for the home page of the store, and this is what Google will show in the search results if your store name shows up. So having a title, having a description, you can include your logo over here for when people will share your store online on different social media platforms. You can add a tracking code. So if you have Google Analytics and you have a tracking code, you can add that tracking code over here. So now Google Analytics has a new type of tracking called Google Analytics 4, and you can click here to add your Google Analytics 4 code. You can also add any custom JavaScript from Google Analytics over here, and you can also keep track of enhanced e-commerce, which is a Google Analytics tool to keep track of specific e-commerce data. You can add a Facebook pixel by choosing this button over here. You can set specifics when it comes to customer privacy, and you can also password protect your store. So if your store is live, but you don't want visitors to be able to go onto the store yet, you can choose this box to restrict the visitors and make it so that they can only enter with a password. And you can add a message for the visitors of your store if you want to tell them something specific. Finally, for spam protection, you can enable Google CAPTCHA on forms and recovery pages. We always recommend you keep this enabled because this will help cut down on unnecessary spam for your online store. And that is the online store sales channel in a nutshell.